and welcome to the Boomtown Hoops postgame show, where the Oklahoma City Thunder fall in a roller coaster of a game, 115 to 104 to the Portland Trailblazers. Had a 24-point rally, a 29-point swing at one point, but ultimately it was Dame time, it was tank time, and the Thunder dropped this one at home. I'm your host, Bobby Howard. With me, we got Cody, we got Jesse, and we got Josh. So, folks, like, what happened tonight where the Thunder were able to make that comeback? What did they do to bridge that gap? Josh?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Lou played really well. Hamadou, I was loving Hamadou. He was really bullying his way to the rim. I mean, there was a stretch there where it was like, man, take it to the rim every time. I mean, they didn't have an answer for him. He pretty much single-handedly fouled Simons out of the game. At least that's how it felt. He fouled out. I think even like Fisher calling the game didn't realize, like, oh, that's six on Simons. It was like because he just racked him up so quickly. But boy, I mean, they just never stopped fighting. They never stopped. You know, I kind of gave up on this one, which is I'm going to stop doing that with this team because they keep doing this where they get down by 1,000 and it just is like it's one of those. But they just find a way to just keep crawling back in it. Eventually, they pretty much kept Dame under wraps the whole game until the very end. Simons, like I said, he cooled off and then he fouled out. That was kind of the most of their offense, and they just kept slowly working their way back. Kind of a group effort led by Lou, making plays. That dunk was awesome.
Oh my gosh!
They just kept fighting. They don't ever give up. They just keep scratching and clawing, and you think that they would roll over, but they just don't. And they kind of caught the Blazers taking the foot off the gas a little bit, I think. And before you knew it, they had the lead. And just like we were saying, just Dame got hot at the end. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, some 6 threes for the Blazers in the final few minutes. Just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But given this year, honestly, none of us are too upset. Cody, tell me a little bit about Oklahoma City's grit and determination and what you saw down the stretch tonight.
Yeah, it was really great to see the young guys come in and get back in on a 24-point lead. Like Josh was saying, this is a team that won't give up. They're playing really, really hard, playing for each other, playing for the coach, which is really nice to see. I really thought that the bench played really well. They scored 45 points with the bench tonight. A great showing from the bench, going out there and helping the starters whenever you have a depleted roster. So, it's just nice to see them play hard. And, like Josh said, it's, you never want to give up on this team because they definitely don't give up themselves. So it was good to see them come back, especially against Dame and the Trailblazers. Is a nice little budding rivalry for the Thunder. So a fun game. It sucks. Dame is, an absolute killer.
He's so annoying. In his veins. He's annoying. I thought you were going to say annoying. I thought you were going to go mean.
He is very annoying with how
he's annoying, man.
It's crazy how good he can be on some of those threes. But it's just, fun game to watch. And for the Tank Squad, it's another L for him. So
I don't get it with the Lillard thing. I get that. Look, if I had the ability to be a human flamethrower like that, I would have. I probably would mean mug. But also, let's be real. This was Lou Dort and a bunch of other kind of randos scrapping back in this one.
It's just dumb. He didn't even play well, and he got hot at the very end, and they blew a 900-point lead to the baby Thunder without their best player. It's like, just chill out, dude.
Damian Lillard and overly celebrating things beyond where they should be. Name a more perfect combination.
Somebody broke up with him in Oklahoma City or something because he hates us. He absolutely hates us.
Oh, goodness. Jesse. That's funny. Jesse, tell me a little bit about the Thunder's excellent stretch tonight, bridging a crazy gap, but also falling at the end.
Yeah, I thought we were trying to get to the basket early, but getting stripped a lot. And then I think we just did a lot of standing around from there on out in the first half. I was impressed with the second half because I felt like we were moving the ball better. We were getting to the basket and throwing it out, making shots. And thankfully, the Blazers kind of went cold at the same time. We did fall short, but I don't know. They had the fun little burst, and we almost got them. So,
Almost.
I wanted the win. I wanted to beat Dame, but fine.
Yeah, I get it. Do the OG&E customers get a refund for turning on the lights for the arena if we didn't get a win? I'm partially kidding. Not salty at all.
I mean, it's this tank season. It's like most of these losses really just roll off. But I just don't like the Blazers so much that it still annoys me. It feels like a normal season loss.
They're just one of those teams that just always it leaves an awful taste in your mouth. I do not like it.
They got Melo and Cantor, and it's like, just get out of here.
It's all Dame for me. It is all Dame for me, and having to watch the Blazer broadcast made it even worse. But anyway,
I didn't do that. I was with Fish and Cage. Thankfully.
Fair enough. That's where I'd be too if I had the chance. But let's talk about some good parts. And easily the shining star of tonight's game was Lugens Dort with a 23-point performance, including the aforementioned absolute poster. On Anthony. What was it? Anthony Simons, right?
Yeah. Simons. Ron Simons' head.
What a dunk, Cody. Tell me what degree of hype were you about that, and what did that do for the Thunder on their big run?
Well, yeah, I think
and Lou Dort's game, for that matter.
Yeah, it came at a time where we were starting to come back, and so I was just kind of casually watching, and then I look up and I see him dunk, and I was like, oof. That's going to get us back in this, and it ended up to where they started that little run right there. So yeah, it was nice to see Lou play really well with Shea being out. Him kind of being one of the lead ball handlers since Shea's been out, which has been nice. And I think tonight he just kind of he's been pretty cold the past couple nights, and so to see him get a little bit more confidence was definitely good. And then it was nice to see he wasn't guarding Dame too much in the first half, and so once Dame got in foul trouble, it was nice to see him kind of get out there in the third and fourth and kind of give Dame a little bit of the business, get back in the game. But yeah, Lou Dort just keeps showing that he's one of the greatest value contracts in the NBA for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Great defense at the end as well, but Dame's gonna Dame. Some of those shots perfectly contested.
He was right on that deep one. Yeah,
it was a bad shot.
It was a bad shot. That's what I'm gonna say.
It was.
Josh, your thoughts on Lou tonight?
Yeah, Lou was great. I mean, Lou. It was really nice to see Lou's offense getting back going. He didn't make a ton of threes in this game, but it's just good to see. I love when he just really puts his head down and goes to the rim because he's like a running back. I mean, he just is so thick. He's big and strong, and he just can push guys out of the way. So I love when he commits to doing that because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of guys who can handle him when he does that. So that was nice, and that dunk was awesome. The Baisley one the other day, I yelled. And my neighbors probably heard me. And this one, I was really just more in shock. It was just an incredible how quickly it happened because off the turnover. And it was such a yam, right? I mean, it was so fast. So
it was a yam.
But it was great. It was one of the highlights of the season.
Yeah, no, absolutely, without a doubt, one of my favorite dunks of the season by far. Let's talk about Hamidou Diallo off the bench, 17 points, second leading scorer for the Thunder tonight. He'd previously been in the starting five. They had moved him out, especially now with Maladone coming back. Jesse, your thoughts on Hamidou's resurgence off the bench tonight? Very good performance, I think, scoring the ball.
Yeah, he was able to get to the rim like we've seen him do. He did have a couple bad games before, so I was ready for a big Hami night. I didn't know that I needed that Carmelo and Hami matchup like I did, but that was fun for me. I just think with the way he's able to get to the rim, he's really fun to watch. Sometimes we need a burst of energy. And, yeah, coming off the bench, starting, I don't care. I like Hami, and I think he had a big night. Yeah,
absolutely. And I'll say this about Hamidou Diallo, is he's had a string of double-digit games where, it kind of doesn't faze us anymore. And that says a lot about Diallo's progression as a player this season. Great run from Hami. Josh, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean, Hamidou, we've been talking about it for, like you said, for a while now. It seems like he constantly is doing these games. Tonight didn't have the big rebound total that we've seen, but for a while it was just kind of similar to Lou, honestly. They're different the way they play and the different builds, but same kind of idea where it's whenever they get their head down and go to the rim, it seems like people really struggle to hang in front of Hamidou. And so I love when he commits to doing that. And like I said, he pretty much just fouled Simons out of the game. Simons couldn't handle him at all. So that was nice because he was killing us for a long time in this game. So once he got out, that was a big help in the comeback there. So that was really good to see. Hamidou continues to play well, and I think he's I love Hamidou a lot, but I think he really is a perfect bench guy because he's that energy off the bench. He's kind of like that classic spark guy, So And then if he's playing really well, you could leave him in at the end, So love what he's doing, and excited to hopefully see him keep it rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of slashing type of guard play is really cool. I really like that a lot. Cody, your thoughts on Hamidou as well? I know we've kind of covered a lot, but what are your thoughts on Hami?
He just looks more comfortable coming off the bench. I think you guys kind of touched on it. He's a great spark plug off the bench, especially if you want to give him the ball in his hands. He's been not relying on his athleticism as much this year. He's actually been kind of using his head to kind of find his spots. And I think honestly, going forward, for the trajectory of his career, it kind of seems like he might be more of a 4 if he's wanting to get some serious run on some good teams. But for the Thunder and what he's doing right now, I think he's a perfect bench player. Honestly, probably our best 6-man that we have right now. Just looking forward to seeing his trajectory grow some more. When he came into the league, he was considered just a raw athlete prospect. And I think getting drafted by the Thunder and coming into the player development side of that has really helped his career. And like Sean's saying in the chat, I mean, a 3 for 27, that seems a little expensive for Hami. But, you got to reach the salary floor somehow. So
I guess so. Look, if the money's there, why not? That might be a little... That might be a little much for sure.
That's what Dre was getting, just a little under what Dre got on his contract. So
fair enough. I think kind of difficult because I'm not. I think Dre played a specific role and kind of was interesting. We got to talk about Sean. By the way, he was already prepping before the game ended. For his Poku roast. Poku went 0 of 7 in the G League.
I'm choosing to focus on Moses Brown going 24 and 20 or whatever he had.
Yeah, no, we
that's why he's down there. We're giving him reps. He's got to get more play. We were talking before we came on. When Damian Lillard was drafted, Poku was literally a 10-year-old kid. He was a young boy. So give him some time.
He's only 18, guys. Come on.
I was hanging out with someone and they referred to him as a flat Stanley, which is just wild take. I love it.
He's too young to even know what that is, probably, unless they still do that, which I don't think they do. He's also from a different country. So.
Fair enough. I don't know what they would call flat Stanley in Serbia. I can't even imagine what that would be, so I'm not even going to try. He liked Roby though, so that's good.
Roby was good, double, I think. For Roby.
We also have a great game from Lou from Dallas Metzer, and over here Kendall says OKC is terrible, but yeah, we're a little weak, but that's fine. I'm cool.
I mean, if they had won this game, they were a half game out of the playoffs. I was ready to tweet that.
That's true. I'm just saying. Did you if y'all
think
saw
about that? Process what I just said.
Crazy.
Half game out if they had won.
And here's the thing: we're currently, I believe, in the play-in range right now. So
well, that's what I mean. I'm counting.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Okay,
the 10 spot, the 10 seed gets a play-in, and we were. If the Thunder had won tonight, they'd have been a half game back of I think the Mavericks, who were in 10.
Fair enough. Speaking of Dallas, good gosh, that would be so stressful. I probably curse them by saying they're in my Western Conference Finals before the year. But if you're a Dallas fan, I'm so sorry.
There are several NBA teams this year that are. What's going on? I mean, they're the Heat are the same way, and Denver kind of too. There's a few teams that are kind of not doing what Boston that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's a good year to just be kind of okay. So I'm okay with it. Yeah. All right, let's go around the horn really quick. Ask everyone who their MVP is for tonight. Cody, I'll let you go first.
It's kind of a tough call. But I think I'm going to have to just take the easy one off the board and go with Dort. Man just played out of his mind, especially some defense at the end. Now, if you look at his plus-minus, you would not think that he played very well. He's minus 23, but I'm going to go for Dort.
Yeah, very, very weird plus-minus thing there. But keep in mind, Kevin Durant once was the worst player in plus-minus for a season. So, weird stat sometimes. Josh, your MVP for tonight.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Hamidou, I like him a lot. I mean, 17 off the bench is cool. I'll go with Hamidou. I'll say this, not MVP, but just weirdest game of the night was probably Kenridge. He went 3 points, 8 boards, and was 1 of 2. as a starter. He only shot it twice. Like, I don't even know what was he doing? So I don't even know.
His
I kinda,
hustle,
like,
man.
He's just,
Flying around.
I guess. I don't know how you play as many minutes as he did and go 1 for 2 as a starter.
That's a tough hang right there. He did get 8 rebounds, but
Yeah, he was out there. He was making things happen. But
he was just
he's
running
shooting
around.
tonight. He wasn't feeling shooting it tonight, I guess.
It was a subpar Kenny hustle game. That's okay. He still hustled. If there was a stat for hustle, it would be through the roof, without a doubt. Jesse, you're MVP for tonight.
I thought Hami had a solid night. I think Baisley and Roby looked good in the fourth. But for me, it was Lou. There was that stretch in the third with like 3 or 4 minutes left where he was just absolutely facilitating everything. He got the and one and made the free throw. He got the big steal and dunk. He hit a 3. I think he drove and found Roby. So he was just taking control, and we needed somebody to do that in this game with SGA out. And, I mean, he had to guard Dame most of the night, which is not an easy task. So, yeah, he looked amazing tonight.
Yeah, Lou Dort absolutely is my MVP as well. He did everything he could do. Just offensively, the Thunder didn't really have it down the stretch. But, frankly, my previous plan was to just make fun of Lillard the entire time. So I had to redo my entire script. So we replaced it with Lou Dort love, as one does. So... Hope y'all were okay with that one. But
Sure, Dame will celebrate this for weeks.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly. He's gonna be grimacing and tapping that watch. Maybe there'll be a shoe out of it. You never know, Yeah. But anyways, all right, guys, that's all we got for tonight. We will see you right back here tomorrow, where the Thunder will take on the Memphis Grizzlies, assuming everything goes as planned. You never know.
That game, is that in Oklahoma City?
I believe so.
I actually don't know.
If it's not, then that would be a problem. I should know this. It's in Memphis at 8 p.m. I have no idea how they're going to get to Memphis.
Probably hopping on a plane tonight, I guess.
I guess we'll see. So good luck to the Thunder on getting to Memphis there. But anyways, for me...
People won't be mad at them for playing a home game again.
That's true. That is true. I'm sure it's less bad in Tennessee right now. We won't have to make fun of OG&E for this one. So,
yeah.
Anyways, for me, Cody, Jesse, and Josh, this has been the Boomtown Hoops postgame show. Once again, final score, Portland 115, the Thunder 104. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Stay warm. Thunder up. Just gotta say before we go, that is a hilarious comment from Nathan.
Yeah, that's what I was giggling at whenever that went out.
That is so funny. I love it. All right, good night for real, y'all.